hello. Just want to make sure that I have my audio settings correct here. All right. And unfortunately, I can't wind it back. I don't know if I had the whole thing on mute or not just a few seconds ago, so I'm kind of going to do a reset, and I just have to excuse me, play it back. But again, I want to welcome everyone tonight for tuning in. I am again not 100%, but I'm going to try to push through and get this episode done tonight. I apologize ahead of time for uh, any coughing or sneezing or anything of that nature. I try to mute, catch it and mute it when I can, but I can't guarantee that will always be the case. But I'll do my best to try to catch those moments when I can. But I want to welcome you all again for tuning in and to my Twitch live stream series and Farming Simulator 22 Platinum Edition Silverrun Forest. Oh shoot. Excuse me. First off, let's go here. And we need to clean up our truck. Ready. Let's go ahead. Water hose and clean up our XSX 2023 here and our tippet trailer. Get those cleaned up a little bit before we proceed. I think where we left off on last week's episode, we had just finished doing a little mowing, and I think we had already taken care of our animals, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take a look at the animals real quick to make sure that was the case, and it was. So we thought we were going to be able to do the slurry for the cows, but they're not quite maxed out yet, so we're going to have to wait one more day before we address that. So the next thing on the agenda, which we had just finished doing, was we had finished mowing on field 2, and we got that wrapped up. And so we're just going to move our mower setup off to the side here, and we're going to fold everything up and detach our mowers. I don't think we'll need them again this episode, but just in case, we're going to kind of hold on to this equipment momentarily before we return everything back to the shop. Now next up, I think we have already released at least the equipment that we need for the next phase of our operations here. And let's go to the lease screen to make sure that is the case. But we have to have our windrower, which we have. We have the Lizard R100 windrower, and we need a baler, and we have the Claas Quadrant 5300 FC leased. We just need to go pick those items up from the shop and commence with our baling operations. The other question that I was trying to work out here was what kind of bales we're going to work towards doing here, because we have quite a few grass bales at the moment already, so we can actually work towards making some silage bales this time around. As we have quite a few grass bales in stock right now. And one of the goals of our operation here was to eventually have an operation where we're fully self-sufficient and taking care of our own animals, and that includes producing the food for animals. Of course, the pigs to being the most complicated animals because of all of their feed requirements, but at least getting to the point where we maybe can do TMR for the cows, which is a little bit easier. Let's see. So first, we're at the shop. And we're going to go ahead and grab our windrower. And our baler. And we're going to take, both items out to the field and get our bale operation underway. And again, due to the fact that I'm not 100%, and the more I talk, the worse my throat gets. I'm not going to talk as much as I may on a normal episode, and my apologies for that, but I'm just going to have to be a little easy on my throat tonight. Alright, so here we are. We're going to start with the field next to our BGA, and we're going to unfold our baler, get that set up, lower pickup, and turn it on. And now we want to move over to the windrower. We're going to unfold the windrower. Lower the windrower and turn it on. And we are off. And for the first cycle, we're just going to go straight ahead as far as we can and see how that works for us. Let's see how much we can pick up going that route. Well, okay. Okay, not bad, not bad. Alright, now let's see if we can negotiate a turn. Okay, that's not too bad. And if we get as close as we can to the fence without wrecking, I think we'll be okay. We can kind of get most of the material here. Alright. That's great, actually. It's better than I anticipated. And now we're going to try to see if we can get most of the material on the edge of the field. And like some of the material that I leave aside, I'm just going to come back and try to pick that up later. Right now we're just trying to make a straight pass. Okay. And we'll come around to the side, and you see we missed a spot there. And we'll try to come back and grab that up. So far so good. See where there's a big spot there that I missed with the mower. So there was a spot of grass that we just totally missed. Still doing pretty good here. Now we're gonna see if we can kind of fan over to the right a little bit, and we're gonna try to get some of that material that we missed on the first pass over. See how much of that we can grab. Yeah, it's pretty good. Can't complain about that. And we'll get as much of it as we can. We're not going to get it all because of the different angles that we have at play here. Alright, and we'll come through and at an angle this time. And eventually we want to get to the point where we can create a perfect square so we don't have to do all these weird angles when we're making these turns. And we can pick up all the material that we have the ability to pick up. But this is kind of a tight space, so we're not gonna have that much freedom at the moment until we kind of pick up material around the edges. And then once we get the edges done, we'll have more room to work. And keeping in mind, this is only one of 2 fields that we have the opportunity to cover tonight. All right. And that's so far so good. All right, and now we're going to come back over here on the side again and see how much of this we can pick up on this pass through. And again, the goal is to try to get it at some point where you can move in a straight line. But in part because of the way the field shape and the operating width of the equipment that we're using here, making turns with the windrower in front and all the equipment that we have makes it where we have some weird angles that we haven't played. Alright, so now I'm going to try to come back here and see if we can pick up some of this material we left over here on the edge of the field to see how much of it we can grab, or at least move to a different area so that we can work with it. Try to pick up as much of it as I can, I should say here. And this is kind of an art because the first thing we want to do is just make sure that we get it picked up by the windrower. We're probably going to have to move it a few different times to get it into a location where it'll be easier for us to pick it up with the baler. But our first goal is to pick it up and make sure we pick it up at all. And sometimes this is a little trial and error, because a baler operates best when you're moving in a straight line, and when you're making turns, you're gonna of course miss material. Okay. So that worked out better than I expected, actually. So now we're going to come back over across here. So this way we don't waste any motion and this remaining material. Alright, and we got a few patches there. Let's see if we can grab those. Alright, we're gonna back up. Still missed some material. We got it that time, I believe. Alright. I can't complain about that. We pretty much got most of the material on the field. Alright, and we're coming through on the right hand side. But we finally got the field broken down to a shape that's a lot more manageable. So everything should be pretty straightforward from now until we get the entire field done. Well, yeah. And this is going to be some of the process on field 2. Excuse me. This is not a numbered field here. This is just a property that I own with, I guess we can call it wild grass. But the wild grass is harvestable in Farming Simulator 22 as well. And that's all we're doing here is this is basically wild or free grass, but that grass regrows by itself, and you can harvest wild grass on your property as well. Your yield will not be as good as fields that you actually plant and grow grass, but you still can excuse me, you still can get a decent yield of grass, your wild grass as well. Okay. And since we missed a spot there, we're gonna go ahead and pick that up. And still try to keep it moving. But as long as we move generally in a straight line, we should be in pretty good shape. The wind rower basically picks up all of the grass material and puts it all in a straight line, which makes it easier for the harvester, for the baler to pick up. Excuse me. That's all we're doing with that operation. Alright, circle back around. Alright. Yeah, alright, we're still making our way through. A few more passes here and we'll be done with this field. All right. Probably about 2 more passes here, and I think we'll have it wrapped up. Okay. I didn't want to run into that bale, so we had to kind of turn that around a little bit. Okay, now let's see. Excuse me. Pick up this area here. We're gonna have to put it on a weird angle. So we're gonna miss some material. So probably about 3 more passes. I'm gonna grab everything. Alright. That's one. Push it a little bit. That's most of the material. Alright. That's a good job. So let's go ahead and move the baler. Baler. That'll be everything on this field. And now we're going to move over to field 2. Excuse me. And let's get lined up, and we'll do this from the side, I think, as a starting angle. Turn on the baler. All right. And now we'll come around. the edges of the field and try to square this up a little bit more. Okay, and there we go. Now we're gonna have to turn here to our right, but let's get the our entire setup positioned properly so that we don't miss a lot of material. So just bear with me here while we get turned here properly. All right, let's see, that should do it. All right, once we get to the edge of the field, we still don't have enough headland area cleared up so that we can turn without a lot of trouble. So we gotta still try to do the edges of the field until we have enough area cleared out where we can turn without a lot of trouble. So we may want to do at least one more up and down pass before we do some of the angles from the side. Let's see. Alright, that looks decent. So now we'll go across and we'll just do it in a straight line because the only way we're going to square it up is by actually making a square pass. So we just have to come back and deal with the angled stuff here on the next pass. For now, let's just go in a straight line and get that knocked out. There we go. That's good. And now we can turn right back around and deal with this angles. Okay, there we go. Another straight shot, another straight pass. Now, and keeping in mind, I know I got material over to the right that I need to scoop up, and we'll address that momentarily. Excuse me. Alright. And now we'll just grab this little patch over here. And hopefully we can get it all. Let's see. Good, good, good. Very happy with that. And now we'll continue with the rest of the field. We'll come across the edge first. Okay, there we go. So now we can either go straight across or straight up and down. For simplicity, I think we'll do some crosses. And like I was saying earlier, I guess from here, the next thing is you got to think about, or at least make some decision on, is what are we going to do with these bales? Do we keep them as grass, or do we wrap them? That's way we could turn them into silage, because our next operation will be trying to create our own pig feed and our own TMR. TMR, we need silage. So we're gonna have, so in order for us to have silage, based on what we have available to us at this point in time, the best way we can get to our silage is by wrapping some of these grass bales and having those grass bales that are wrapped, ferment into silage. And that's the way we can create our silage. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, now we got one bale that's in the way, so this time we'll go straight up and down, so we'll have to try to manage that turn. Alright, and let's get as many bells as we can. Creating as many bells as we can, I should say. Alright, so we got existing bales in the way that create some hazards when making those turns. So for our next pass, we'll go this direction. Alright, so here we go. And because we don't have a compass on screen, I can't tell you whether we're going east, west, or north, south, or east, west. So for sake of simplicity, I just say up and down. We don't necessarily know what true north is on this map. Okay. So we got another bale in the way, but we can kind of be a bully and shove that one. Oops, and that's why I don't want to mess too much, because once they realize that they're a bale and that it should be too heavy, when they push them like that, they start acting normally again. And then I have to run over that bale, and that could cause all kind of issues. Potentially, I should say. Biggest one being I've had situations in the past where my tractor or my vehicle has gotten stuck on top of a bale that we tried to run over. The vehicle would perfectly kind of drive over it and then settle in the middle with both wheels up in the air, or at least not touching the ground surface. So the vehicle just can't go. Excuse me. Okay, we're almost done here on this field, so we just got a few more trips to make, probably about another 6 or 7. Alright, let's see if we can get it turned around and go back over. Yes, we can. Alright, there's a little patch there. Let me see if I can pick that up, because if I can't get it, that's going to annoy the heck out of me. We got it. So, let's see if we can get it turned. No, we're not. Let's move the stupid bell out of the way. Yep. Well, cooperate. Cooperate. Push, push, push. Make sure it's kind of very much out of the way. Alright, I think next time we do this, I'm going to have to see about investing in one of these fast bailers, and also just seeing, I'll just leave it at that, but I think most of the fast bailers have the silage baling set up, but I'll take a look at them and see. But as we're on the final 5 in this series, I don't think, well, we obviously won't, I likely won't get to it in this series, but that'll be something to look at, you know, in my next series. All right. All right, we're getting close, guys. It's super close to finishing all of this up. All right, there we go. It's a wrap. Pun intended. We can fold the wind roar up. And as for the baler, we'll go ahead and unload the baler. Lift pickup. Turn off baler. And unload the baler. And let's also bring this equipment over to the side. I don't think we'll be needing it anymore. And let's go into the shop menu and just look at a few things here. Alright, first and foremost, I wanted to check something on the balers because what? Yeah, I know it's kind of, it's just kind of after the fact now, but I just wanted to take a look at because I wasn't even really thinking about the fast balers that we have, and let's see, but they're all, yeah, like this one this is fast baling for silage bales. I don't know if it would work for just doing grass bales. That's something we could have tested. I thought I had another one installed. Yeah, quick bale, and it's also configured for round bales, right? Yeah. Okay, here we do have another fast baler here. This one, again, is set for silage. Yeah, yeah. So they're all configured for silage bales. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So the next thing we want to look at possibly is if we're going to do silage, we got to look at our bale wrappers, and let's see what our Choices are here. Let's see. Okay, so we need something. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Excuse me there. So we need something that can handle square bells. And we don't have unlimited funds, so we're kind of operating on a budget. So I'm looking at this Kuhn SW 4014 a con. Let's not probably correctly how you pronounce it. It's KHUN. KUHN, I should say. I wonder if that's a brand that's sold extensively in the U.S. Here in the region of the U.S. that I'm in, I don't think I've ever seen that much of that particular brand of machinery. Uh, 54, 415. I'm looking at like one of these versions of the 4014. I guess we'll go with the one from the liftable bells pack. What are the 4 color options? But we also have, I saw it was one of the more bell wrap colors. That seems to give us about the same. So we'll go with the one from the liftable bells pack. Let's see. And let's head to the shop and go pick that up. Actually, I just thought about it. We have another configuration we could use. I just saw it in the menu and I wasn't even paying attention to it. And we could do 2 things at once here. So let's go back in that menu, and we were looking at bell wrappers. And there was one that had a icon on it that indicated that it had a hitch. And if such is the case, let me see something here. Oh, that's just for the machinery. And we don't have all the handy dandy foil colors. First of all, let's go ahead and return the other one that we leased, because here's what I'm going to try to do here. Return. We're going to see if we can also get a bale loader up against behind the wrapper, and that way we can bale and pick up at the same time. So we're going to lease the trailer, the DPW 1800 auto load, and we're going to try the bale wrapper with the hitch. This is 4014 with the hitch. Set our foil color as blue, and let's lease that. And now let's go to the shop. I'm going to grab our lease equipment. And if this works the way I think it hopefully should, I should be able to wrap and pick up our bales and load them on the bale loader, all in the same process. At least that's my theory here. We're gonna experiment here and see if such is the case. Alright, first we're gonna grab the wrapper and get it hitched up. And then we're gonna roll that trailer, our wrapper in here, and let's see if we can get it hitched to the trailer. Alright, no dice yet. Still no dice. So that's not going. So let me see something here. Is there a specific trailer that it must work with? With hitch. Okay, I see the hitch there, but why is it not? Because it's right over here. So let's see. There we go. Alright. So hopefully this works. So let's go see what we got going here. Alright, so Let's go to our wrapper first. We're going to unfold the bell wrapper. So that's A. And turn on the automatic drop. Operating position of the trailer. And let's see what we do here. So we're going to try with this one bell here. Let's see, we grab it. Oh, it picks it up before. Yeah. The little bells here. Set. This bell is not supported. Why? Alright, so I guess we're forced to use the one from the Little Bells pack. Apparently. Alright. That's unfortunate. We'll get it right one way or the other, huh? Alright, let's try this again. I guess we should have started from that point anyways. Let's go. Wasting a lot of money on leases, huh? Okay. Bell wrappers. So we'll just do the one from the Little Bells pack. Four color will be, we'll use the navy blue, because that's a favorite color of mine, lease. Alright, so we gotta make this strip one more time, and hopefully the second time is a charm instead of the third time. Yep, unfortunately this one doesn't have a hitch, so we're just going to have to do the two operations. And keeping all of that in mind, now that I know that, that's probably going to govern what mods I keep installed or not installed, especially if they're not compatible with each other like that. So unfold bell wrapper, turn on automatic drop. Because if I got all these mods and then none of them is compatible with the bells with a liftable bell pack, then and I have the liftable bell pack installed, then that means I can just eliminate all those other mod packs altogether. Excuse me. In fact, keeping that in mind, the only one I need is the liftable. All the ones that are part of the liftable bells pack, apparently. That definitely slows this operation down quite a bit, though. And I can't turn on a automated worker to do this bit, so I gotta go each bell one by one. And that's a lot of bells we got here. And I didn't count how many we have on this field or field 2, so and as you can see, it's quite a bit, quite a few. So we just entered the realm of repetition. And my apologies for this, guys. We're going to be doing this for a good little bit here. I didn't want to turn this episode into the bell wrapping episode, but it looks like that's what the case is going to be tonight. Okay. Come on, Junior. I really like that whole navy blue deal. That's cool as heck. Alright, excuse me for a moment. Alright. Trying to get the nose cleared up here. So had to go on mute for a second there while I try to clear my nose. I think what we do after we get all the bales on this field wrap, we'll pick them up with a trailer and see what the total number of bales is that we have on this field. Because again, I'm unsure as to the exact total at this moment. But I am happy with the number of bales that were produced for, especially considering that this is just basically a wild grass field and not one that we purposely farmed or set up as a grass farm. Oh, but the grass on this field will regrow at the same rate that the grass fields that you have as a farm would grow. It's just that you can't take some of the additional actions that you would take on a grass crop to increase the yield. Other than that, that's about it. You still can get grass, and you still can get a decent yield of grass without having to spend as much money as you would spending on a grass field that you're farming. And we didn't really have any big farming simulator news in the farming simulator community that I'm aware of this week. We did have some big news as far as gaming, the overall gaming community is concerned, as I'm sure a lot of you guys may be aware of, especially if you're in the mainstream media cycle, still a certain degree, or even the internet news cycle, in that we finally got a preview trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, and that was pretty much the biggest news in gaming this week. Excuse me one moment. But the trailer looks great. You know, it's going back to Vice City, which is excuse me, apologies. Which is the Grand Theft Auto version of Florida. So you're gonna see some things that are very reminiscent of real life Florida. And me being a Florida resident, yeah, it's even more amusing and exciting for me. Based on the preview, I'm really looking forward to that. We also got a date, or at least a year, that is going to be released. And that will be in 2025. So we know it's still a couple of years out. That's still big news. As we get towards the end of 2023 here and we start to roll into 2024. And who knows where we may end up in the 2024 election cycle, but if whatever the case may be, we'll have something positive to look forward to in 2025, given if the world doesn't end in nuclear holocaust or something else prior to that time, given the outcomes of the 2024 election. Because that both sides here in the U.S. tell it, either president, either guy that ends up being a president is going to lead to the same outcome, the end of the world. So we'll see. This nation has survived much worse, but we always do. But oftentimes it's just getting there to where we need to go next. Because there are a lot of bad things that are happening right now, but there are a lot of good things too. And there's always some guy that's saying we're in the end of days, but that's part of the beauty of that whole aspect of things is you don't know. Whatever your beliefs may be, if we have if you believe in a creator, we don't know what the whims of the creator are. And even though you have religious texts that say this thing or that thing, there's even debate over that. So we'll never really know until we know. So it's what it is. Alright, so we got our bells done here. And let's grab this trailer. This trailer maxes out at 28, I think it is. So let's see how many bells we can get on there, and that'll give us a good indicator of how many we have on this field. So let's turn this to operating position. And let's go load up some bells here. Alright, let's see how many bales we can get on there. Getting close to 100%, so a couple more. 92. And that's 100%, 28 bales, so then we got 4 bales left over, so that's 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So we got 32 bales out of this field. That's pretty doggone good. Much better than I expected. Alright, and this would be a great screenshot, so I'm loving that look right there with those blue bales. Love it, love it, love it. Let me go ahead and let's hide our cut window here, and let me see if I can get a good angle here zooming in. And let's go ahead and capture that screenshot. And help menu back on. We'll go ahead and drop these bales off. And we'll put these in the other cow barn. There's a cool thing about these cow barns that I don't know if I put enough emphasis on it in this series or not, is that they're the ones they're modded to have the bale storage sheds built into them as well. So when we go in here, we'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second. Uh-oh. We can go up this ramp here, and we have the bale storage built in. So we can come here, and you can see we have some grass bales in the bale storage here. We go to the bale storage menu. You can see we got 25 and 61 bales in here. But we got 61 and 250 bales in here, and they're all square basket. Oh goodness, square grass bales, 5,000 liters each. So we're about to drop some silage and bales in here now, and we're just gonna come over here, grab here at this angle, and we'll do unload bales. And unload bales here. And boom, boom, boom. Alright, we got 3 or 4 that didn't make it, so let's finesse them over here. Boom. And so now you can see in the dialog it says we got 28 square beds, grass bales, 6,000 liters. And they say grass now, but those bales should ferment into silage while they're in storage. So I should be able to come back at a later time here and check those bales, and they should say silage instead of grass right now. But right now they're just saying grass. Alright, so let's go grab those other 4 bales. So this is basically a free, about 32 bales that I can get from this wild grass field. Once I decide to build some other buildings in this area, that will reduce the amount of bales we get from this area, but don't have any plans on doing that right now. We're just going to focus on silage aspect now. So let's see how many bales we got out of the farmed grass field versus the wild grass field. Even though for a direct apples to apples comparison, the fields would need to be the exact same size. Alright, so we're ready to roll. Let's go. And we don't have any fast wrap functionality, so we're gonna, again, just manually have to go through each and every one of these bills until we get the desired result. Alright, we're getting pretty deep into tonight's episode, and I did expect to be able to do more different and varied operations tonight, but it doesn't look like we'll get to that point. Although we've done plenty. And we're probably setting up here for some future operations. We're still going to have to figure out here how we're going to get to the point of making our own TMR. So I'll probably end up either placing a silo on one of our properties that creates TMR, or we can buy or lease a mixer and just drop the appropriate bells in the mixers and make our own TMR that way. But we have all the ingredients we need. Now we got the well, we will have the solids shortly, but we definitely have the grass and the straw. Let me look at the menu because it's been a minute, but what's wrong with you? Oops. It's been a minute since I've done the TMR now. My brain kind of here we go. Yeah, straw, hay, and silage. Oh, that's what I'm forgetting. So we still got to do hay, so I'm still going to have to do, I forgot about, hay is the other element here, so we're still going to have to do one more grass harvest and do some hay bales. And in order to create hay, we have to do the grass. We have to mow the grass, then we have to use the tether, and that will turn the grass into hay. And my apologies that I did not think about that. So we still won't be at the point where we can do our own solids just yet. Although again, I think there's a silo I can get placed on the farm that will turn our grass bales into hay, if I'm not mistaken. And it also looks like we're going to be neck and neck with the two grass fields, although I think this field is larger, obviously a bit larger than the wild grass field, so we can't make a direct one-to-one comparison as to which one has the greater yield and gave us the most bales, because it's excuse me. because it's a little bit cheaty to say that one is producing better than the other when one is larger than the other. So it's not exactly a fair comparison. But yeah, most definitely though, we're gonna have to do one cycle of creating our hay bales as well. Excuse me. That also will give us the opportunity to showcase some different equipment. I just don't know if we'll have time to get into that on this series when we only have 5 episodes left. Alright, there's a few more we gotta get through, and we will get it done. Alright, 3 more to go. And unfortunately, we're also coming up on the final minutes of tonight's episode. We got a lot done today. which is good. It's just that we didn't do a lot of different things. But we did get a lot done. We have our grass bales wrapped to ferment into silage, and we're going to get those bales put into storage here momentarily. And I wanted to take a look, but we're not going to have time tonight, so I may have to do that off camera. And I'm going to take a look at our options as far as to how we want to go about making our own TMR and what best options would work for the remainder of the series. Probably do this off camera. We'll go ahead and return our lease equipment because we won't be needing any more of that, and we'll start prepping our other fields for our grain fields for the next harvest cycle as we get close to that. Because if we go over here and look at our crop calendar, we are coming up on August and September, where we can plant and prep our fields for another harvest cycle. And that's about it looks like. Let's go grab our tractor here again, because I'm just spacing it out as I'm talking here. We don't need so grab our bales. We know that we have your 4 bales from the other field. I just want to compare the bale counts, but we know that we need to subtract 4 from this 28 to get our actual count for this field. We're going to pick these up, put these in storage, and that will be our silage bales. And next up, we will need to do hay bales on the next grass harvest cycle. And again, I was thinking I would end this series at 100 episodes, but I do want to try to finish something that we set out as a goal before I do end the series. So I'm still saying that we will do 100, but I do want to try to finish up doing the TMR or something before. I want to feel like we accomplished some big goal out of this entire series as well, where I end it. But as it stands now, we're still doing 100. But if I change my mind on it, I'll definitely keep you all posted. But we have done a lot in either situation. And I guess we do need to change the scenery. So yeah, we'll still lock it in at 100. All right. So there's the 28, and we're going to transporting position. And let's go back over to our main farm. But as we get to the point of wrapping it up for tonight, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out. I'm Bose831 Gaming on most of the major social media platforms. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you love. Let me know what you don't. But either way, let me know. These episodes of this live stream series will be uploaded to my YouTube channel in their entirety. And same thing applies there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm Bose831 Gaming on Twitter, now known as X, or X formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, so on and so forth. about it. Let's see if we can get these unloaded. I'll do unload bales. Unload bales here. And we always miss those 3 on the back end. When we drop those in there, you see we got 117 of the 250 capacity here. We got 56 and 61. Now, my only concern, the caveat, is I don't know 100% if those bales will automatically ferment into silage bales while they're in the silo. I certainly hope so, but I'm not 100% on that. But I guess we'll find that out as we go as well. Well, we got way more grass bales than I know what to do with. Alright. And like as we come up on the end of tonight's episode, like I always say, if you're not having fun doing what you do, then what are you doing? This has been another episode of Jose 831 Gaming Live on Twitch. Farming Simulator 22. Platinum Edition, Silverrun Forest. Thank you for tuning in and checking me out. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Have a good night, everyone. All right. And we got 28 the first time, and then we got how many more this time? Another 10. So 28 plus 10, that's 38 minus 4, so 34. So 2 more bales and the wild grass field. So that's about 12,000 more liters than the wild grass. So growing grass gives you a better yield, but it's not like something that's super incredible. It's not like double or quadruple the yield or anything like that. It's just a small percentage more. But there you have it. And we're gonna go ahead and unload these bales in the farm silo, and that's it. Have a good night, folks. Catch you later.